Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is your boy, Stevie Jobber.
And it's your boy, Dangerous Duke.
And welcome back to the Dangerous Jobbers podcast, putting wrestling over one podcast at a time.
Yes, sir.
We are in a new era. It is post-Mania, and we had a lot to talk about, and we can't do it alone. So, Duke, who do we got today?
All right. So our first guest we have on the show, you guys know him. He was here last year. We had to bring him back because you can't do a Mania show without him. Ladies and gentlemen, D the Toy Hunter.
What is happening?
What's going on, bro?
Not much, man. Ready to tackle this wild Mania week.
Ready to run it back?
I don't know if I'm going to run it back. I'm going to at least get it to the goal line.
Okay, I got you. And our next guest we have on the show, we had her on not too long ago, and that episode did so well. Everything was just flowing great. So you know what? We had to bring her back. Ladies and gentlemen, Nadia, a.k.a. Little Monster. What's going on? We got our bloodline back. We got everything together again. There you go. Nadia said we're not going to acknowledge bloodline, but I will throw up a 4.
I'll do the 4. I like the 4.
No, I can rock with the 4.
The 4 is tough.
I'll take the 4.
The 4 is tough. It's got to be like it's in the top 5 of like faction hand signals.
Yeah, it's right up there.
Yeah,
it's definitely up there with the ones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God! Come on, man.
No, but we'll get to it all. We'll get to it all. We'll get to it all. But it's good to have you guys. Overall, did all of you enjoy Mania? Before we get into the nitty-gritty, overall, did you enjoy it? Was it a good night 1, night 2?
Yes, it was. Sorry.
Okay.
My mom's doing dishes.
Oh, okay. It happens.
No, but I can't because
honestly, me personally, I was very pleased with night 1. Night 1 was pretty good aside from the opener. As far as night 2 goes, night 2 was hit or miss for me, especially with something that happened that I'm going to kind of elaborate on later. But night 1 was again better than night 2, like it has been for the last, this is 2-3 years now. Yeah. So that's where I was at with it. Overall, good Mania. Night 1 was better than night 2. That's how I see
it. D, what about you, man?
I enjoyed it. Night 1 was better than night 2. I'm pissed off about one thing, which we'll talk about later. But other than that, night 1, great. Outside of the opener, night 2. Night 2 was hit or miss.
So. Very much so. All right. Well, starting with that match you spoke of, let's hit that one first. The opener of Mania in general on night 1 was surprisingly what we thought would be the closer if you had paid attention to advertising. It's Austin Theory versus John Cena. And I had a couple of opinions about it. I got 2 impressions, kind of right off the bat. But let's go down the line and see what everybody else thinks. Duke, what did you think of the opener?
As far as the opener goes, I loved John's entrance. I thought that was, in my opinion, because I'm a sucker for stuff like that. That was probably the best entrance he's done, or at least the most heartwarming entrance that he's done. So I really dug that. As far as the match itself, I wasn't a huge fan of it. I thought they would have had maybe a little bit more time and a little bit better chemistry, but it just felt kind of off. But maybe that's because, hey, they threw it together in 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. So I feel like they could have did better with it. And I just didn't like the ending. What was it? He pinned him the first time and that was it. Like he only got pinned 1 pin attempt, and that was it. So I mean,
it was one finisher.
Oh,
I
it was
think he
one
might have tried to
finisher.
pin him before though.
Okay, and I wasn't a fan of the match. I thought it was too short, and it was in the wrong place on the card, and the chemistry just wasn't there.
Yeah. What about you, Nadia?
Like he said, the entrance was very heartwarming. I think that was beautiful because he does so much for Make-A-Wish. So I think that was so cool that he did that for the kids, and the kids were so excited, and that was so fun. Like he said, I think that if they had more time to build the feud, to build the storyline, I think we would have a better match. But I think because of the short timing and everything, the match was not how we thought it would be. You know, sometimes when you see figure like, oh, in your head you think, oh, it's gonna be an awesome match, and then when you see it, it's the opposite of what you thought, and you're like, well, that was out of the toilet. It was like, whoa. It was like when we watched it, we were like, the ending was like, for me, was BS. It was like, okay, really? It's like we saw it, I don't know how many times that ending and everything, and it was like, it was a good match, but it wasn't like what we thought we would see. Yeah.
What do you think, D? Was it a good match?
Again, I'm with y'all with the entrance. Like Nadia said, he does a lot of stuff for Make-A-Wish, so I really enjoyed the entrance. I just want to point out that John Cena looks like Eric Goes to Camp.
Not the Ernest reference. Not the Ernest reference.
Yes.
Did you really went there with?
Okay.
Nadia, one thing you're going to understand about me with these podcasts, I'm a loose cannon. I'll say what other people are thinking. That's just me.
Fair point. Fair point. I'll take that.
But overall, for this to be an opener, it was trash. I expected a BS finish, and it was. So, and I also feel like if this is John Cena's swan song, y'all got to do a whole y'all couldn't do better than this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They could have definitely done more.
If this is his swan song, I sure don't want to see what they got planned for Randy.
No.
Oh God.
Dear. So I love John Cena now so much, because I respect him so much. Because John Cena is like the Hulk Hogan we deserved, and I just love to see him just be great, just be a great person every time I see him. So the entrance was great. I immediately realized one thing, which is by making it the opener, before we even get into the match, making that match the opener when it was going to be the closer, it basically means Theory failed already.
Yeah.
Like, theoretically, the storyline here, he's already failed if they didn't think he was good enough to close.
Yeah.
When they originally marketed him to close. It means they already don't believe you can do it.
Yeah.
So just the fact that you're opening up the show means, all right, I know behind the scenes you've already lost. So my expectations kind of go down to half. But it's still Austin Theory who can go, and John Cena who's done it time and time again. So I expected like a story of a match with maybe Theory can prove that he's that guy in the ring somehow. But the story of the match didn't quite go that way.
And
not at all.
I would So about halfway through the match, I turned to Mrs. Jobber and I said, "Oh, I know why this is the opener." Because somebody back there heard this match and was like, "This can't close.
Mm-hmm.
This is not good enough to close at all. This has got to open."
Yeah.
And I guarantee you that was a Triple H move. I guarantee you.
Oh yeah.
He probably,
Big
I was
time.
gonna say, he probably realized, given everything that they just tried to put together to make this the main event,
Yeah.
there was other matches on the card that
They
had
were way
much
bigger.
better appeal as to be a main event because of the
Yeah.
storyline and the
Mhm.
people
And
involved.
feuds. Yeah, feuds. Yeah.
I don't think
Like-
they did a great job marketing it either. D, go
No,
ahead.
they didn't.
It's like we want to give Austin Theory the chance to be a main eventer, but if he's going to do this every year around WrestleMania, then no, you don't deserve to be in the main event.
No.
And I'll take it even a step further. You don't even deserve to be on the card
No.
Mm-hmm.
if you're going to do this every year.
Mhm. I mean, this was big for him. This was really big for him to get John. And the
Yeah.
crazy thing is, I was really rooting for Austin Theory really the whole time
Mm-hmm.
because I knew he had something in him. And he just needed to be taken seriously. So
Needs
going
more
into
time.
this, he's already like the prototype. That's already his character anyway.
Yeah.
So
Right.
when the rumor was that he was going to get John, I was like, "Oh, this is great for him. This is what he needs." And John put out the basic, this is what the world feels promo on him.
Mm-hmm.
And so the expectation normally is for the guy to get over that hump because now it's been addressed and he's better off for it. We've seen this story. So when they advertised, I didn't expect him to be advertised to close. So when he was advertised to close, my hopes went up. And I was like, "Oh, they must really have something special." So, I mean, it's just disappointing, the whole thing. The match wasn't great, and the room kind of felt like it was a squash when you really think about it. I mean, John kind of got killed, and it
Mm-hmm.
was
In
like,
a way, because and another thing is you would have thought on the not the go home show, but the week before when they were
Announced
doing
it.
the promo battle, like Cena killed him on the mic,
Yeah.
and to see it come out like it did, it was just kind of like, really?
mhm,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
mhm. That's why I went, somebody must have heard this match and said, "This can't close. This is not good enough to close." And if it's not good enough to close, we got to do something.
Kudos
So
to whoever made that
I
decision.
think that was my thing too. I was like, it's a great call for whoever heard the match and said this can't close.
Mm-hmm.
That guy should get a pay raise. He was absolutely right. But man, it is disappointing for Austin Theory because John was right. Even though he won, he lost.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mhm.
after seeing the match, it's like I can't believe in you.
Yeah.
Giant step.
He's not ready.
He's
No.
not ready. He's not ready. And
No,
it's
he's not ready.
disappointing. It's very
Yes.
disappointing. I don't know. But moving on from the opener, that was kind of a letdown. Even though it was a solid match, it just wasn't good enough for Mania.
Mm-hmm.
I want to just cover all the Judgment Day stuff
Mm-hmm.
because it's a slew of matches.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And just sticking with biggest Judgment Day match to probably the least, which somehow is the Hell in a Cell match. We can just get through stuff faster. So
Yeah.
the Demon returns to combat Brood Edge or regular Edge that's half Brood because we
Yeah.
didn't get the full entrance. What did you guys think, man? I mean, it wasn't full Judgment Day Demon, but it was
Yeah,
in there. It was tied. It was a lot of
yeah.
purple.
Like you seen the hints of purple in it. Like the demon kind of did rep Judgment Day a little bit. I love the entrance. It was a typical, demon entrance. I'm never gonna get tired of it. Edge's entrance was great too.
Yeah.
Kind of wish they had Gangrel, but
really wish they had Gangrel,
Yes.
man.
He
Really
was
wish they had
backstage.
Gangrel.
no, like I wish they incorporated him in the entrance.
Yeah, that's the thing. He was backstage, and I think he was supposed to be there. I think.
Oh man, well they
and maybe they cut it at the last minute or something.
I would have
they did.
But I don't know, because I felt like earlier in the day, because I follow Gangrel because we're friends, sort of, not really. I talked to him at a show once. That's about it. He had posted earlier in the day, like somewhere else that wasn't California. So initially, I was like, "Oh, he's probably not gonna be there." But maybe he came. Maybe somebody called. Like, maybe we'll need you, and it ended up just not happening. So it's disappointing.
The initial rumor was supposed to be the full brood, because Tony Khan was gonna let Christian appear, but
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean
that would have been crazy.
But the match itself, I enjoyed it. It was a very good match, very entertaining. Kudos to Finn Balor for taking that ladder shot, because good God, that was nasty.
Very nasty. Very nasty.
And wrestled what? Another. I thought as soon as that happened, they were gonna call the match. Like, let's end this quick. Let's wrap it up. He still went another 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean it was much slower, but
yeah. And he still got to do that spot from jumping off the side of the cell through the table. Like, they still let him do the spots he was gonna do. So I give him props, man.
What a freaking trooper, dude.
Oh yeah, he did. Especially that there was the reason why there was a moment that we were not seeing anything is that he was gaining staple in the cell. They were doing
they were stapling it. They were stapling him up on the
big
side.
stage, man.
God, that was
We're not
crazy.
stopping. We can't.
It's like, I bet people are like, for sure, front row were like fridging, like they're like, and I bet some parents are like, said to their kids, close your eyes. That's not for you to see this.
Yeah, because we were watching it live on a stream, and we're like, why is this paint coming off? It shouldn't be coming off his body. Like, oh no, that's actually blood.
Yeah, that was crazy. Like, his hit reminded me of what happened to Joey Mercury. Remember when?
With the nose.
Yeah.
One of the craziest moments of my childhood.
Oh my God!
And I guarantee you, right now,
watching in real time Joey Mercury break his face in half.
I was gonna say, there's 7 or 8 year olds that were watching WrestleMania right now, and that's gonna be like their Joey Mercury moment. Finn Balor with the ladder.
It got so real to me so fast, because the spot I'd never seen before, and it looks sketchy. It looked, right off the bat, it looked like somebody should have been like, "You can't do this spot, guys."
No,
but they did it.
Stevie, you got to realize, anytime the Hardy Boys do a spot with a letter, it's always sketchy.
Yeah.
Yes, there's always something happening.
There's always something going on. It's like they probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah, something bad.
Did you not learn from WrestleMania 2000?
The moment they let Edge spear Jeff in midair, it was like, all right, these guys are too much right now.
Yes, that was crazy.
They were clearly just like, or they just weren't telling anybody what they were gonna do.
Yeah.
But it looked sketchy, and then he took it, and then even me, because I was like, he probably bladed, and then they got the camera shot, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's
not bladed.
That is hard way, man. He's
real.
Gushing. But I digress. So it was crazy to see. He was so bloody. I remember a lot of color.
Yeah.
it was very distracting. There was so much color. and the weapons and the
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
And so I was very disappointed because there was a lot of color in the weapons, but the actual cell was back
Normal.
to normal color.
Mm-hmm.
And
Thank
I
God.
felt like having a Hell in a Cell match outside of Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and making it the original color is such a throwback to how hardcore the match is. And then
Mm-hmm.
you suck the life out of all the hardcore intensity of the cell
Yes.
being a normal color by having all the weapons be different colors. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
what a
I
backfire. Like win and
Really
lose right
was.
away. But other than that, I think they went out there and did a great job.
what do you think, Nadia?
Oh, the match was amazing. Like he was very brave to continue because he could have the ref it's like the ref could have just said no, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's we're we're stopping it or let's finish it right now because you it's I think that if he had lost more blood than what he did,
Mm-hmm.
I think the ref would have done the good call to stop the match because
Mm-hmm.
it could have gone
facts,
worse. It could have
facts.
gone worse. It's like how he hit. It could have went way worse than what happened.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Facts.
both entrances were amazing. I thought that Edge's mask was awesome. How it was so cool. How and
Mm-hmm.
his jacket was awesome. Like the back with the patch was amazing. I thought this his demon was amazing. I like when he had his purple sticks and the slow mo they did for him
Mm-hmm.
for Balor. It was awesome. Like how it was, and also seeing the fans, everybody doing his
Yeah.
thing that he does. That was awesome to see that. But I think overall the match was great, even though with what happened, it what was good of the match is that the storyline was there. Everything was there
Mm-hmm.
with that. I was a little sad that Finn didn't win because I thought that he needed that win, to equal everything what happened with the matches. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought he I thought he would got the win, but maybe because with Edge and everything, or maybe Finn was supposed to win because of the injury. Maybe they switched it. I don't know what happened,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mm-hmm.
it even if it's either way that he was supposed to win Edge or something, but I thought it was good. Yes, the when we saw the purple, when I saw the purple and red, I was like, are we playing dodgeball right now? It's like, is it like, I'm, am I like, it's like I thought it was like team. I was like, and then I was like, okay, is he gonna take part? It's like
Mm-hmm.
they should have just kept everything
Normal.
normal colors how it is. But it
Mm-hmm.
was cool to see the cell being how the cell it is because with how the cell was, you were able to feel what you're supposed to feel in the Hell in a Cell match. So I thought it was pretty good. Everything was great. Every spot they did, I thought the story went good with it, and I think was a decent great match. And Finn was really really a freaking warrior to continue the match.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What you think, D?
Okay, first of all, with Edge's mask, was there a Spirit Halloween pop-up shop somewhere?
There must have been.
He was looking for a cool ass thing.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And
But
Christian was like, get this. He was like,
you're right. It totally reeks of awesomeness.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Two reeks of awesomeness.
Yes, freak of awesomeness.
But to piggyback off of everything Nadia just said, I 100% totally agree with everything she said. Shout out to Finn Balor because anybody who can get stapled, sewn up and stapled during the ref stop, continue the match, they deserve all the respect in the world. So shout out to him. It was good to see the Hell in a Cell go back to its original incarnation, its original color.
Yeah.
I still don't know why they wanted to make it red in the first place. We'll blame that on him.
We're just doing that now.
Yeah, we're just doing it now. But again, great match. But I want to say this about I do disagree that Balor should have won. They did the right thing by giving it to Edge, because to piggyback what happened at Extreme Rules last year,
yeah,
they had to give Edge his win back. So to me, the right person won. I'm hoping that's the end of that storyline, and just let's go from there. Like, what's next for Balor? What's next for Edge?
Yeah,
I agree. I think it's time that they both can move on to other things. They can Judgment Day can just do their thing with LWO now and try to like speed that along as quick as they can. And Edge could probably, go back to, I don't know, maybe go fight for the US title or something. Go help Theory out a little bit.
Edge and Theory, that's actually I would actually like to see it. Edge,
I think that would be good.
Yeah, he could help him out a bit. He'll be there more than John to help him.
If Edge has the time.
That is true.
That is true. If Edge does have the time.
I think I got everything out. Yeah.
And if you didn't, we did, right?
I got a general. Yeah. Y'all fleshed it out. I have a Judgment Day rant I get to at the end of this. So I'm gonna hit the Ray and Dom match last.
Ray and Dom? Okay.
Last.
Oh, last. Okay.
So let's go to Rhea Ripley and Charlotte.
I'm gonna start it. First things first, I thought it was better than the first Mania match that they had. Okay. I felt like they built this one a little bit better. They got their chemistry back on track a bit. Now, was it the greatest women's Mania match? No, but it was pretty damn solid. They did an okay job with it. And they did what they were supposed to do. But I kind of wish that Ric Flair said something recently that he thinks it should have been the main event. And just because Rhea was the woman who won the Rumble, it kind of makes sense when you think about it. It kind of does make sense. And I don't know if he was saying it because, Charlotte was in the match too, and Charlotte's his daughter, and he's always going to hype up Charlotte. But the argument he made did make sense. Usually the Rumble winner main events the show. But
and rightfully so.
Yeah. Rightfully so, but also Sammy and Kevin did have a better storyline. So it's like potato for me. Like it's one of them things could go either way. But all things considered, I think they did better than the first match, and they kind of surprised me. So I'm okay with how the match turned out.
Nadia?
I thought it was amazing. I thought the match was amazing. They really did a great job. The entrances were amazing. I thought Rhea looked amazing when she came out, and everything was just, for me, was like art. How they were, like everything they did, I thought they were amazing. The emotions were there, like when they kicked out and they were like, I thought everything was great. There was no cheating, no nothing. Yeah, the little segment with the rep, but there was nothing like sketchy or anything. And I thought they looked great. I agree that match was way better than their NXT Women's Championship. I thought that the feud storyline, how they did it, I think it was perfect how it built up, because it's like when it all started, when she said I had to pick a winner, and then she started talking about Charlotte Flair, everything came together, and I thought it was great, and I thought how she won was amazing. For me, I was really happy for Rhea that she won. She really deserved that win, and also knowing that her family was there and they were seeing her for the first time wrestling, I thought that was great. And everything was good. The match was good, and yes, it would have been great to see it as the main event, but like you said, the other match had a better. I think if it had if they went a bit like upper with the storyline and everything and the promos and the feud, I think it could have went main event if they really went up with everything, because some of their segments with Charlotte, they were a little not leveled, but Rhea's were good. How she really improved on her on the mic skills. She's amazing when she talks. So yeah, I thought it was really a great match. I really loved it.
What about you, D?
I'm surprised Charlotte didn't break her face on that German suplex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because watching that just on the replay and how they kept slowing it down, I just kept saying to myself, either Charlotte got a concussion or a broken nose. And to see her have either or, it just shows you how tough you are. I do agree that should have been the main event, because the Royal Rumble winner should main event, WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, I have no complaints. Solid match.
It did what it
Hell
was
of a lot
supposed
better
to
than
do.
Yeah, solid match. It did what it was supposed to do. Hell of a lot better match than from WrestleMania 37 for the NXT title. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
36.
36. 36.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes. So I agree.
Wow. Was this the match that had all women involved in it, like from the announcers to the refs?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
So before
That
I talk
was
about the match, I'm gonna highlight that moment. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes.
amazing.
That was
That's
awesome.
amazing. And then getting into the match, if I could just fan Charlotte for like a while. Y'all are crazy. She's the greatest to ever do this. Like Charlotte is the greatest. Statistically,
Better than
the
Trish.
greatest.
Better than Trish.
Statistically, she is the greatest. In that ring, she is the greatest.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give you the Jordan excuse for this whole Trish comparison. How many championships does Charlotte Flair have?
14.
She's gonna break that thing before Cena does, before Randy does. She's gonna break her own father's record because she's the greatest women's wrestler ever. She is Michael Jordan. She is it. She is the opportunity. And I realized honestly, this should have closed the show. This was arguably the best match on the card. I dare you, go back and watch it. It's amazing. Those two went out there and killed it.
Yeah,
They
did.
gave you start to finish the best wrestling match on the show.
It was amazing.
Yeah. The fact that you said it did what it needed to do, I'm insulted. Charlotte Flair went out there and busted her ass.
It did what it needed to do.
Oh, get out of here.
Did you expect anything?
Get out of here.
But did you expect
it blew
anything
the
less?
roof off the place.
Did you expect anything
Charlotte
less?
Flair went out there and was Charlotte Flair for about 20 minutes.
But do you
Rhea
expect
Ripley
anything
was
less?
great, but Charlotte Flair was Charlotte Flair.
But do you expect anything less?
I don't, because she's the greatest to ever do this. That's my point.
I didn't disagree with you.
I expect Shawn Michaels to go out there and be Shawn Michaels when it's time to be Shawn Michaels.
Oh, D wants to talk.
I am going to say this. I have yet to see a bad Charlotte Flair match. I've yet to see one.
Yeah, because she don't got one. She don't got one in her. Listen, man.
Sonya Deville.
Listen.
Yes,
Listen. Even AJ Styles had to fight Jinder Mahal. Okay, don't give me that.
Sonya Deville.
Don't give me that. Okay.
Lana.
Okay.
Oh.
Even Rick had to fight his shirt once. All right. Give me a break.
This man said even Rick had to fight a shirt.
I raise you Shawn Michaels versus Triple H for the European Championship. All right, get out of here.
That was awesome.
My God.
That was funny.
Listen, Charlotte Flair is the greatest. Okay, the greatest. She's the Undertaker of the women's division. They call her up when it's time to show up. She show up. She do what she's supposed to do, and then I'm back on vacay with my man. Because I'm the greatest. No. You call me when it's time for the greatest to come back again.
She's Ric Flair.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is here every week. I'm better than Becky. You call me when it's time for me to show up and be Charlotte Flair.
I want to know who offended this man so bad.
At this point, no, you with this it was okay. Are you kidding me?
It was okay. It was okay. It was okay.
This man's crazy.
He's out here with a shoe.
This man's out of his mind right now. This man's out of his mind.
It was okay.
Yeah, sure it was.
There was better matches than it.
Sure it was.
There was better matches.
You're crazy.
There was better matches.
You're crazy.
I love it.
Anyway, because I got a bigger rant. This wasn't even what I was mad at until you said that.
Let's see what has you so much more mad than what I had to say.
The Hall of Famer, officially, the greatest mass wrestler ever, I believe. Right? Can we all agree?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I agree. 1,000%.
Rey Mysterio went one-on-one with his son, and I will let y'all take it because I got a rant coming.
All right. So I'm gonna take this.
D wants to go first.
D wants to go ahead. D, go ahead, D. You take it. I'm taking a break. Go ahead, D.
Can we talk about Dom's entrance?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Yes,
we can. Go ahead.
Can we talk about Dom's entrance?
Go ahead.
That
beautiful.
Probably of the last probably the last 10 years, that's probably one of the best entrances at a WrestleMania.
Did you see the best?
Are you kidding me?
The best?
I'm going ahead and say it's one of the best entrances of the last 10 years at a WrestleMania.
Okay, I wanted to be sure that you said the best.
Yes.
No, it's not the best entrance. It's the best
it's
entrance of the last.
Yeah, it's definitely one of them.
The best entrance of the last 10 years. Seeing him raise mask and him getting out of the van with all the cops and everything, I'm like, I'm fully invested in Dom now. I'm fully invested in Prison Dom. Give him the U.S. title, give him the Intercontinental title, tag title, something. Give him a belt. Give him
I got
a
a
belt.
rant coming, so I can't. But I feel you, D. I feel you, D. I feel you, though.
Stevie. You
Yes.
feel you.
I feel you,
You
man.
understand where I'm coming from. We gotta talk about Rice entrance with the dog father himself in the lowrider, paying tribute to Eddie.
in the 619.
Like,
And Long Beach together, man.
That was awesome.
Incredible.
I'm just dancing to the song in my head right now.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. Incredible.
and can we talk about that pop? Soon as they played that first note from Eddie's theme.
Uh-huh. It was
Mhm.
beautiful. It was just
Yeah,
beautiful.
it was like, because I was watching the WrestleMania with Old Man Pops, and I was like, dude, Eddie is smiling.
Mhm.
No,
Like
yes,
he is grinning from the top of his ear to the top of his ear right now.
Mhm.
Look, not for nothing. I'm not even gonna lie. I shed a tear at that entrance. I really did.
Mhm. Mhm.
But when it was said and done for both of them, I was proud of both of them. I was like, man, you know what? They both did beautiful with their entrances. That was amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Both of them. I definitely did shed a tear afterwards. I was like, that shit was fire.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What'd you think, Nadia?
I thought that the match was amazing. The entrances was great, but I read something that I think they took it out. That with Dom's video package, they were showing a
Oh, I did see that. Yep.
prison of Auschwitz.
Yeah, they showed Auschwitz in the video package.
That I understand why they were mad.
Yeah, I would have
Yeah.
took that out
That
too.
is something that you don't show on
That's
a
wild.
video package for wrestling. That is something that victims are like, or people that they know what it is, and I bet they were like, okay, why are they showing that? That's not a prison that you're not supposed to show, especially that it's a concentration camp, not a prison. It was like, I was like, when I read that, I was like, oh crap.
Yeah, that might be the one thing that they could have not used.
That's something else.
Yeah.
They could have used like a
Honestly,
hood or something like.
Honestly, I would have used the prison in San Diego because that's where they're both from. I would have used,
Exactly.
a California
Yeah.
prison or a San Diego
Yeah.
prison, something like
Yeah,
that.
something
They use
that's
Alcatraz.
Yeah, they could, because Al Capone, something that has not a big tragedy significant like Auschwitz. It's like
Mhm.
it's very, very like a tragedy.
Yeah.
That thing.
Mhm.
But nonetheless, I think both entrances was awesome. I think Dominic having his Halloween Havoc mask, that was an awesome touch. Having Snoop Dogg with Ray, that was awesome. Like it was that was pretty cool. Especially that Ray said it, that the song that they used for the first part of the entrance, he said that song was close to him, so that's why he used it, because it was something close to him. And then that Eddie tribute was amazing, and then his song, that was cool. Sucks that his pyros didn't pop like at the
right time.
Yeah, that was like, but they didn't explode. You didn't saw the, but that's that's okay. But I think everything that happened during the match, I thought was amazing. Like seeing Dominic just throwing the water to his sister, and she was wild and crazy. That was crazy. Like I thought everything that happened was great. I think that they had an amazing chemistry. I think everything from the beginning till there, I think it was pretty awesome. But I bet at the Hall of Fame, I bet Dominic, like, he knows that he had to do that, but I bet in his heart, he was like, oh man, I wish I was able to stay, and just like being so proud to my dad. And just I bet it broke his heart to know that he was doing this storyline and that was his going for his dad. But I bet big time that backstage after everything, I bet he hugged his dad, because
I was gonna say, you know damn well he was standing there in gorilla at the monitor just watching it the whole time.
oh yeah, and I bet he was like, oh, I wish I was there, just being there with my dad, because he knows like everything they did together as a team. They were fantastic together. Like everything that Ray showed him and everything, and his character now, how he is just amazing. Everything was great, even down with LWO coming out and everything, and even the little Bad Bunny touch. I thought it was fantastic how they did that. Like I'm feeling I'm feeling a Bad Bunny and Mysterio versus Dominic and Damian Priest in Puerto Rico at Backlash. I'm sensing that something crazy is gonna happen in Puerto Rico. So I thought that it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
And I think it was pretty cool that Bad Bunny was able to like commentate and everything. I thought that was pretty cool that they asked him to come to WrestleMania and do commentating and everything. But everything was great, like down to the T. But and also I bet that at the end of the match backstage, I bet Dom just hugged his mom, his sister, his dad, like saying like we did it. It's like
Yeah.
And I bet he hugged his sister saying, I'm so sorry that I did what I had to do. Like I know it was something that, because I bet he felt bad knowing that he had to do what he did and everything. And because they were him and his sister, they're very close, you know. You can see the sister brotherhood bond that they have, and you see how he's so close to his family and everything. But overall, I love the match. It was just an amazing match, and everything was cool. Even that butt whipping, that was pretty funny. Like I thought it was pretty cool. Like even hearing Michael Cole like being like he gets what he deserved, because I think what was great in everything was how Michael Cole was so on Ray's side, because he's a dad as well. Like everything he was doing in the storyline, I thought it helped the storyline as well, and the match it helped out as well. So I thought it was a great match. They had amazing chemistry. Even like when they started the feud, the chemistry was great. It's like it started a little bit low, but then it got better and better and better and better. And then with the match, they were really amazing. And like you said, I bet Eddie was so proud of both of them, seeing Dominic as a young man and Ray being who he is and everything. And yeah.
Got you. All right, Stevie, get your rant in, bro.
I've decided to start this like Stephen A. Smith. So I'm gonna tell you what I liked first.
Okay.
I really enjoyed the entrances. I think that Dom had probably one of the greatest entrances for WrestleMania. I do agree with D in that. I thought it was amazing. I thought the package was amazing. I thought him coming out the back of the police van was amazing. I think his gear was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
I think he owned that mask. It looked so good on him. I did not want him to take it off. I understood why, but I was very upset because he looked so good. For like a glimpse in time, you got to really feel what it would be like to have Dom as the new Rey Mysterio. Like an evil, for a good 30 seconds, we got to see what an evil Rey feels like.
Yes, we did.
And
I agree with that.
I will get to the things I dislike later, but I did love that moment that we got. I love his tights. They were Dom tights, but they were Eddie tights. They had the broken glass and the lettering. I love that. I love so much of that. I love the colors that Dom chose and what they represented, that they were trying to recreate a moment by including so much of Eddie in the match. I love that. I loved Ray coming out with Snoop. That was awesome. I felt like Dom should have gotten, I'm not going to get to what I didn't like. But I like the entrance. I like the entrance. I like the match. I thought the match was great. I thought they went in there and they had a story, but it was still a solid match. It still was putting the other over. It was still witnessing one of the greatest to ever do it at a high level still to this day, which is tremendous. To be able to win tag titles with your son and then have one of the biggest WrestleMania matches on the card with your son like the year after or so. Tremendous, man. That's so amazing for them. And now I'm gonna get to what I don't like. I don't like that Vicky Guerrero was in the building and y'all didn't use her. I'm very upset about this.
She was there.
She was there. She was there.
See, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'd be just as upset. I mean, who better to accompany Dom? But whatever.
Vicky, yeah, that would have been amazing.
Small
like having
things.
it's like I don't have Uncle Eddie, but I have Auntie Vicky with me. Like
small things. I don't like that Ray got the Eddie music instead of Dom because I feel like Dom should have got the Eddie music because he's the one that has been proving my point that I was right and I disagree. That Nadia, I don't know if you heard, but a while ago, me and Duke had a on-air discussion about who was really the bad guy in Eddie versus Ray. And I definitively now have proved that it was Ray.
Okay, so
no, we're not even gonna get into it. We're not even gonna get into it. We're not even gonna get into it.
You know what?
Gonna get into it. But
the whole episode just came full circle.
Stay tuned because I have a special video for you to watch declaring my victory on a grand stage. Well, we're not gonna get into it.
You know, no. You know what?
But I was so proud of
We're gonna
Dom.
talk about this.
I was so proud of Dom. And
let me get my chips out because
I was very upset. I was very upset he didn't get the Eddie music. I was very upset they didn't use Vicky Guerrero. I was very upset that the biggest heel in the company, say what you will, if you were there when Dom had the mic, Raw after Mania, it was deafening.
Yeah, how
loud they were booing him.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard such genuine hate since Eva Marie. Okay.
Oh,
it was
damn.
loud.
Ooh.
It was so loud. It was like,
and everybody hates Eva Marie. So yeah,
he had to yell on his third try to get his first line out. They were so loud. They hate him so much. That is the biggest heel they have. He should have freaking won. But I get it.
Hold on.
But I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. They are in Hollywood. It's Rey Mysterio. He has to win. I get it. Why are you showing me this amazing X-Pac?
X-Pac heat. That's what Dom got.
Yeah.
It is X-Pac heat. It is X-Pac heat. It's crazy. So it's nuts that they didn't have him win. I mean, it would have been so justified. Like, and Ray didn't need it, but now that I realize Ray is still gonna wrestle after this, I realize they're not done.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, have Ray win in Hollywood in the 619. If Ray's not retiring, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because going into this, I had a feeling that this was going to be his Ric Flair match. So I was kind of expecting a passing of the torch. So the fact that this wasn't his retirement match, I'm okay with Ray winning.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. I was very upset that Bad Bunny had to be involved in the finish. But again, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. I get it. Backlash in Puerto Rico. Bad Bunny. Clearly, Bad Bunny is going to be involved in the hottest feud or one of the hottest feuds of the year. All right. I get it. But I do feel like they built that to such a personal level. It should have came down to one beating the other without anyone else. Well, not anyone else's involvement, but with only the people who were involved. So the fact that the end was kind of a spinoff to a promotion is kind of a letdown.
That was the only, that was one of the only downsides.
Somebody should have definitively won. But if you guys can stretch this, see, this is the thing about lightning in a bottle, because you can only hold it for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And once it goes away, it's gone.
Yeah.
So I want to say maybe we can stretch this to SummerSlam, but I don't know if I'm gonna be interested in this by SummerSlam.
See, Stevie.
So I would have loved for it to end at WrestleMania Backlash, but I know it's not gonna end there. This needs to end with Ray versus Dom.
I was thinking the same thing. See, me and you on the same wavelength, Stevie. I said to Old Man Bob again, huge shout out to him, that this feud is going to at least SummerSlam. And Dom, I'm calling now, Dom will get his win at SummerSlam.
Yeah. I want him to get the win and get the mask.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm taking it a step further.
Because if you think he has heat now, so loud that he can't speak, imagine the heat, the Raw after SummerSlam, when Dom comes out wearing the Ray mask.
Yeah,
like I'm Rey Mysterio now.
Ray doesn't have his mask anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine the heat.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuclear.
And I want everything to change. I want the nameplates to change. I want him to come out with the mask every night.
Mm-hmm.
I want him to be Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm calling it now. Hair versus mask at SummerSlam.
The Eddie hair versus the Ray mask. They run it back. They run Halloween Havoc back.
Yeah, they run it back.
That would be awesome.
Freaking beats him.
Wins. Yes, that would be awesome.
They got to run it back. Run it back.
Wait. Would it be cool? Like it happens, and Race and Dom says, "I'm gonna do what my Uncle Eddie didn't do at Halloween Havoc." Like that would be crazy if he does that.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. You bet.
I'm gonna do what my Uncle Eddie didn't do at Halloween Havoc. I'm gonna win that match and get his mask off, and I'll get the mask. You know, like something like that. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And he should dedicate it to Eddie.
Yes.
Because Eddie should have been his real dad. Yeah, that's not an opinion. He said it.
Yes, he did say it. He
said it.
I'm your puppy.
But we ain't gonna get into it. It's a later time. Okay. There was just some things I didn't like.
Yeah, but you know what? All things considered, though, man, they still killed it. They did their thing. I'm very proud. I'm very proud of how it turned out.
Yeah, it'll hold a place in my heart forever. It is. Yeah. It was one of the greatest Rey Mysterio matches ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Yeah.
And I've had the DVDs.